Ladies and gentlemen, the season is almost upon us. We are less than a week away from being at Media Day, which is going to be next week. So, very exciting times if you are an NBA fan. I, for one, am looking forward to it. But before, remember, I told you on my last Raptors video that I did, I was talking a bit more about the starters in that video. And even though I didn't talk too much about Jakob Pertl and all that kind of stuff, which I'll get to at some point, I want to go and talk about the bench for just a little bit, right? Because as I mentioned to you, next week is when things are really going to be back, and we're going to start having a bit more of an in depth conversation about just all of these players and the team in general. And so I want to talk to you today just a little bit. I'm not going to go in depth yet. We can wait, okay? But I want to talk to you a little bit and just touch on each bench guy. It's about the bench guys today, the bench squad, the bench mob. That's what it's going to be about. And that's what I want to speak about. So on my computer, I'm actually going to be looking at some names and going down the roster, saying a little bit about each player and my feelings about them. And if I believe we're going to have a damn good bench or if we have concerns, ladies and gentlemen, get in the comments. Let me know what you think about our bench this season. That's what we're focusing on today. So, the first guy that I see on the list that I want to speak about is Ochai Agbaji. And so Ochai he's a nice player. He's a nice player. He averaged 10 points, 3.8 rebounds last season, one and a half assists, 49.8% from the field. Defensive player. He's like a 3 and D to me when I think of Ochai Agbaji. He's got to be able to make that 3-point shot. If he doesn't make that 3-point shot, he's going to be a liability out there. Defensively, he can get that work in. He can get that work, and he's athletic, can catch lobs, he can get to the rim, and he can finish strong. I don't have any doubt or concerns with it in regards to those aspects of his game. And let's keep it simple. Let's not go all crazy with stats and all that kind of stuff just yet. Maybe we will. I don't like to do that. Just throw a bunch of numbers out at you. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. I actually like to speak about the game. Ochai is a damn good player, and he improved. We saw him improve last year. The corner three is going to be the thing that's big for him. The corner three is going to be the shot that is big for him, and he has to knock it down, and he's got to defend and defend 94 goddamn feet if he has to. And I believe he's capable of doing that, by the way. I like him. Nice player, Ochai Agbaji. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned, obviously, but like every player, we want to see the improvement from last season. So I'm actually looking forward to see what he's going to be bringing to the table this season. And listen, we are going to be a team that relies heavily on depth. We are going to rely heavily on depth. Every player, in my opinion, is going to be important. It is going to have to be a somewhat Indiana Pacers like type team in regards to how many guys we're going to see consistently throughout the season towards the end. 9, 10, 11 guys. Next up, Jamison Battle. Jamison Battle is interesting to me. He's got to shoot that rock. That's what he's out there for. We want him to be the left-handed sharpshooter from 3-point range. That's what we're looking for from Jamison Battle. When I think of him, I think of a sniper. That's your job. You got to be able to knock down threes when you're out there. You got to be able to make some plays as well. Don't get me wrong and defend. I don't have to mention all those things. I'm pretty sure we already know that. 7.1 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 42.9% from the field last season. 3-point percentage, 40% from 3-point range. And listen, he's a young, nice player. I'm happy the Raptors kept Jamison Battle on this team. There is room for improvement, obviously, but I think he will improve. I think he will improve. I liked what I saw from Jamison Battle. I think he's a good player. He seems coachable, seems like his teammates like him. And I like the way he played. I like the way he was active when he was out there on the floor. And so, in regards to Jamison Battle, once again, I am looking forward to seeing what he's going to be bringing to the table this season because shooting is going to be an issue for the Toronto Raptors, I believe, possibly with their starting lineup. Maybe not, but maybe it is. But you want to be able to have some guys that you're going to bring off the bench that are going to be able to knock some shots down. And Jamison Battle is going to be one of those guys. He's also very long, too. He's 6'7. He's athletic. He can move. He should be good. I want to see him play on both ends of the floor. Ulrich Chomchi is very interesting to me. Ulrich Chomchi is very interesting. And I need to bring on my boy Rob at some point from Pensari Basketball because he does some fantastic breakdowns. Like if you go to his page and you watch some of the breakdowns that he does, absolutely fantastic, damn it. And you know what? Just for Rob, I'm going to drop a bomb for him because he deserves it. Very interesting from what I've seen. Now, he's done all of his time in the G League, but he's going to get some minutes this year playing for the big boys. Okay. I don't know how much, but I do think he'll get some time here and there. Very athletic, can block shots. Okay. Can handle the ball a little bit as well. Can he shoot the ball? He has good form. I don't really see him taking many shots out there. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think we'll see that. He's going to be mostly for defensive purposes at this point. But to me, Chomchi is a very intriguing player. Doesn't seem to be afraid. Extremely athletic. Like he's one of those guys that interest me because I don't think he knows that he should be afraid. I just don't think he knows that. And he doesn't care to. He has the kahunas, I believe, to go out there and make a difference and make a difference early. Like I mentioned, how much he's going to play, I'm not really sure. But he's an intriguing player. Seems like he can block a lot of shots, cause some havoc around the rim, take up some space. This is a guy who's almost 7 feet, but he can run like a deer. And so I'm going to keep my eye on him for sure. I thought he played pretty decent during NBA Summer League. So it's interesting. We got to keep our eye on Ulrich Chomchi. If you guys have something that you want to add in the comments about Ulrich Chomchi, please put it in there. If you think that I'm missing something extremely valuable that he can do, please put it in there and let me know. I'm just touching on these guys, okay? I'm just touching on them. We're going to break down a bit more of their games as we go along, but I'm just touching a little bit on each player. Grady Dick. Grady Dick is a guy that we all know. And to be honest, Grady Dick could be a starting caliber type guy. If Barrett wasn't there, we needed somebody on the wing. Grady Dick can step in and fill that void. 14.5 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 41% field goal percentage. And I really like Grady Dick. We all know what Grady Dick can do. I heard he's been in the gym working on his body, which is really good because, we know Grady can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball, put the ball on the floor. A playmaker, okay, I'm sure he's going to get better at that. Not his thing yet. But one thing that I did realize about Grady Dick, oftentimes when he put the ball on the floor and went to the basket, when somebody would challenge him, he didn't do well at the rim, right? He didn't do well going up, whether it's to dunk it, do a layup. It seemed like they can throw his shot off pretty easily. And so that aspect of his game, I want to see him with some better body control, because when he went up into the air, sometimes it seemed a little bit wild and out of control in regards to him finishing. But if he can work and finish that and improve on that, I don't know if you guys want to watch this anymore. I'll pause it and I'll go back to full screen. That's when I want to see Grady Dick do better on finishing in the air, getting to the free throw line, better control with his body when he's going up to finish at the basket. And defensively, I listen. I love Grady Dick's effort on defense, and I want to see him continue to improve there, because I thought he did a really good job at times defensively. And I know when people speak about Grady Dick, all they do is talk about, his shooting ability, and he's been putting it on the floor a little bit here and there, but his ability and willingness to defend is something that I really like and I want to see more of when it comes to Grady Dick. Should I go all over all these guys? I think that's going to be a little long. Maybe I'll have to come back for some of these younger guys at some point. Hepburn. I'm going to talk about AJ Lawson, that's for sure. AJ Lawson, he's nice. He's nice. He proved himself last season. Okay. And damn it, for AJ Lawson. We got to drop a ball for AJ Lawson, man. Come on. He's one of our own, damn it. He's one of our own. 9.1 points, 3.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 42% field goal percentage. He's got to be able to stretch the floor from us, but I like his game. I like his game because he's athletic. You can damn near throw the ball anywhere around the rim, and he's going up there to catch it. And he ain't afraid. That's what I like. You guys who is, if you guys listen to me, you guys know that I love players, damn it, that are not afraid of the moment. And AJ Lawson seems to be one of those guys. And I love that about AJ Lawson. Okay. Happy that we retained him and that he's on the squad. He gives us great wing depth, which is going to be really important. And another thing that I want to mention before I move on to the next player, what the Raptors have an opportunity to do here is punch guys in the mouth when they're not expecting it. Because now we've seen these guys, and we saw a lot of these guys because of how many injuries that we had last season. So if these guys can get in a groove and they can come out with the ability and tenacity that we know that they have, they should be able to cause havoc against some teams in the NBA, because other teams are going to be asleep. They're going to be asleep. Okay? Sandro Mamu. Damn it, we know he's a nice player. Big body, strong, can shoot it, pick and pop, rebounding. Assist, that's not really his game, but he can put the ball in the hole. He can set hard screens. Hopefully, he can give you something from a defensive standpoint, because I got to be honest, I don't know everything about this guy. I know he's a good player because I've seen him play, and he can bring some good things to the table. And he's a guy that I want to speak about a little bit more in the near future. I need to speak to somebody who knows a bit more about his game. I do have to admit, yes, I know he's a good player and he's had some good games. He can stretch that floor for you. Like I mentioned, he's a big body, can cause some havoc and take up some space in the paint. He's versatile, but I don't know too much about his game. I'm happy we got him. Because I have seen him play with the Spurs, and he's valuable. He's valuable. He can bring something to the table. So I need to come back to you in regards to Sandro. Hold me accountable for that. I'm going to be bringing on a lot of guests too to talk Raptors basketball. Anybody, like I mentioned, who's watched me, you guys know I do that pretty often in regards to my guests when it comes to Raptors basketball. Elijah Martin, interesting. tenacious, feisty, small point guard, chiseled. He's strong, can shoot the ball, can get to the basket, very athletic, right? Very athletic. Could put the ball on the floor, can finish with some serious tenacity, ladies and gentlemen, at the basket. Like some serious tenacity. He's like that when it comes to going to the basket. And so when I see all these guys that we have for the Raptors, all I can think about is 94-foot defense. 94-foot I want to see guys being pressured full court. We have the personnel to make this happen. Elijah Martin is going to be a big part of that. I like that pickup for the Raptors. I'm happy we got him. Jonathan Mobo. It's rare that I can go to a bench and actually like the amount of players that we have on our bench. But Mobo, 6 points, 4 rebounds, almost 5, 4.9, 2.3 assists, and 43.8 field goal percentage. I like Mobo. Very athletic. His rebounding is going to improve. Throw it up by the rim, extremely athletic, and he can catch it. Could put the ball on the floor a little bit. I want to see him being able to control himself defensively. Don't get yourself into foul trouble. Don't be jumping on all those pump fakes. This guy has a lot of potential, and he could be a really important part for us off the bench. I like Mobo. I really, really do. And I want to see him become what Precious Achua couldn't become on this team. That's what I want to see him become. He's going to be a valuable part. Colin Murray Boyles. I think he's going to be able to play right off the bat. He's big. He's strong. Not a great shooter, obviously. He will work on that and he will improve that, can handle the ball a bit. But his IQ is the key. His IQ and his defensive ability. He's going to be able to guard multiple different positions, and that's going to be big. That is going to be huge. His ability to guard multiple positions, and he's going to be able to play right off the bat. That's going to be important because I mentioned to you, the Raptors this year, with what they did, especially with Brandon Ingram, Masai Ujiri pretty much getting the boot, with what we saw last season, it was a horrendous season, in my opinion, in regards to watching the product on the court. Last year for me was not an enjoyable season to watch. And I found it was the same story with a lot of people, regardless of people talking that I was talking to in the stadium, the casual fan watching the game, they weren't enjoyable to me. How can it be when you know that your team is trying to lose? And it was unfortunate because, yes, we did have injuries. And that was a big contributor as to why we were so damn god awful last season. But we did manage to win 30 plus games, even while they were trying to stink the joint up. So there were games where, yeah, we were literally trying to lose and we still ended up winning. It was just a tough damn season to watch. It'll be different this year. Damn it, it better be different this year. When you got the size and depth that we have, it better be enjoyable to watch. They better make some noise. They need to capitalize. I'm getting off track here. I'm supposed to be talking about players. Damn it, I'm pumped up. They need to capitalize. There's other teams that have major injuries. Like I mentioned, I'm getting off track. I was talking about Colin Murray Boyles and him getting into the lineup, being able to play right off the bat because of his ability to guard and guard multiple positions. That's what we're going to need out of him. And damn, I know saying guarding multiple positions, but he just knows how to defend, knows how to move his feet, use his body. He's strength. He can bang with you. And really, I think I'm only going to talk about two more guys because this podcast is going kind of long. Okay, I'm already at the 20-minute mark here. Um, Jamal Shed and Jacoby Walter, two of my favorites here. Okay. Jamal Shed had a great season last year. And I think we expected him to be somewhat decent because, he's a small point guard, right? But I don't think any of us anticipated what we were going to see from Jamal Shed. We expected him to be good. Like he was a good player coming out of Houston. And we know he's feisty, he's in your face. But he was really good. Jamal Shed. 7 points, 1.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists on 40% field goal percentage. I mean, 32% from 3-point range, but his ability to defend as well, to push the basketball, to get all up in your grill. He has a little bit of that Fred in him. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. Heard he has a torn ACL. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery and returns to the game as fast as possible, but I just hope he gets better when he can. But Jamal Shed, he, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the people that we are all looking most forward to seeing coming off the bench this year. He's a winner. He impacts winning. And to me, that is the key in regards to Jamal Shed. Jacoby Walter, this guy is one of my favorites. I love me some Jacoby Walter, okay? 8.6 points, 3 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 40.5% from the field, and 34.9% for 3-point shooting. I really like Jacoby Walter's game, man. I think he's just one of those guys who can play. I'm a fan of this guy. Puts the ball on the floor, can pull up from mid-range, can shoot the three, can defend. Good footwork. I just think he's going to be a damn good player. And he's a bit of I don't know. I feel like he can do just enough of everything as to why I believe his game is effective. He could just do a little bit of everything. And that's what I like about Jacoby Walter. He's going to get time. He's going to be an important piece. The Raptors have wing depth. The Raptors have wing depth here. And we're going to need it. We are going to need it. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA season is right around the corner. Get in the comments. Let me know what you're most excited about in regards to this Raptors bench. And tell me about some things that you're excited about in regards to it. Or if you have concerns, put that in the comments too. Folks, it's your boy Mike Roach. I will be back again soon. We're going to get more in depth. I'm going to be bringing on special guests to get, into the nitty gritty about these players. And listen, I'm excited. I am excited. I think we're going to be a sleeper. We're going to be able to make some noise. And I cannot wait. Folks, it's your boy Mike Roach. I'll be back again soon. Peace. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. I'll be back again soon, folks. Get in the comments. I'm out.